What do you hate me? Why can't I stand and walk away? Why is it so damn hard to stay? I'm sick because I got something to say. I'm so sick of all your problems lately. You need your drama, so you keep me around. If things ain't getting any better anytime soon, I'm sick of time being pushed around. So I keep waiting for the storm to save me. When everybody wants to shut me down, and I ain't doing what you gotta say to me. Right now I'm trying to figure you out when you bring me down. Every time I turn around and I ask you why? Why do you hate me? Why you try changing who I am? Now why can't I make you understand? Now understand that you're always about to come to an end. No one ever gave a fuck until right now. When they're all like that I'm giving it up. Fuck till I'm not giving everything I ever had to give. But right now I'm just not giving a fuck. So what? So I'm waiting for the storm to say what? But you can bet I'm getting sick of your lies. Well, I know all what you gotta say of it. Why should I even allow you bring me down? Every time I turn around and I ask you why? You keep dragging me down, still facing to the ground. I ask you why? Why you keep beating me? I can't take this anymore. I gotta ask you why? Why do you drag me down? Every time I turn around and I ask you why? Why do you hate me? Yeah, what's it always gonna be like that? You know it's always your way, but you just see past that, yeah. But one day you're gonna understand that you've been running your bridges for too long and no one cares. Now all these people that you keep on the side, but they don't know you like I do, and all the secrets that you try to hide. Chase away, I always look at you. You stop the night with my back, just to turn and now I'm through with you. You bring me down. Every time I turn around and I ask you why? You keep dragging me down, slip my face into the ground. I ask you why? Why you keep beating me? I can't take this anymore. I gotta ask. Why do you drag me down? Every time I turn around and I ask you why? Why do you hate me?
Well. What's crack-a-lapping out here? So when you ask a question, are you surprised you were banned? Well, I wasn't banned. I wasn't. But when I jumped into this here StreamYard's link right up here that you guys can join in it. You can go and jump in there and you can go and tell them all I said to suck my white balls, especially that jackass zebra that's in there whining and crying about how I'm a dangerous man. Ooh, I'm so dangerous. He was going to run away, but Caged reality. He's like, no, you're my girl. You can't run away. You're my lady boy. So, yeah. There you go. This is the link over here at Cage Reality. You can go over there and pop in the backstage because it's not a public one. They're all conspiring behind the scenes. Excuse me. So I jumped up on the panel to go and laugh at Cage Reality because the last time he was over here, he rage quit, telling me he was going to get his biker friends, his family from the Hell's Angels to come and beat me up. And I'm so scared. But when I went over there, the Jackass Zebra was there. Shocker. I know they're probably watching right now. What's up, police paparazzi? But the funny thing is that I'm such a dangerous man, and I may get my case dismissed tomorrow. No, there won't be no may get my case dismissed. There will be no may get my case dismissed. And you can rest assured that the ball is going to be in my court. It's already in my court. It's been in my court for several months. When the tether came off, the ball was in my court. What's up, cammed up caveman? How you doing? So yes, when that tether came off my fucking leg, the ball was definitely in my court. And tomorrow, my shit will be dismissed. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm not even going to tell you guys today. I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do, but just rest assured, it's only begun. It's only just begun. So yeah, you guys are more than welcome to go over there and hell, one of you, cammed up caveman, come on up in here in my StreamYards and then jump and go to share your screen with me and then go to their StreamYards and see what happens. They'll probably ban you, kick you out if they catch you sharing your shit. Police paparazzi, somebody running with scissors. You can't do it, Lynette. You can't do it because they'll know who you are. It has to be somebody that doesn't know who you are. But come on up here in my stream, share your screen, and then go over to their stream and share your screen. So it's like I'll share your screen, you share their screen, and you share my screen, and all the screens will be shared. But no, I went up there, and there was, I think, 7 people in there, and of course the Jackass Zebra was the one running his fucking mouth when I went in there, and Cage said, "Oh, Bad Apple Media is here," and then it was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go. I can't. He's dangerous." Yeah, I'm dangerous to your fucking lies. I'm dangerous, all right. You don't need Messenger, Lynette. Oh, you mean to message me? Okay. Well, turn your phone off. If you're on your phone, you can't do it right now, but turn your phone off or reset it. So usually that's what happens to me. I'm in Facebook jail right now, partially. It's funny is that they'll put me in Facebook jail for the smallest little comment. So I said, you know what? I'm going to see if Facebook, which I've done it before as a test, when somebody says some pretty fucking harsh shit, I report their comment just to see what Facebook will do. And every time they never remove the comment. What is it? Is it? I don't know how Facebook works, but I guess they pick and choose what comments are terrible, and the ones that are more terrible than the others are allowed. And it's really weird what Zuck, the dumb fuck, does. It's not even really what Zuck does. It's what Big Daddy, because if you guys don't know that YouTube is owned by Big Daddy, Facebook is owned by Big Daddy, Twitter, Elon didn't buy Twitter. Come on, guys. He's got the government backing him, just like Walmart. Walmart, you guys know who the guy is that owns Walmart, right? Or owns Walmart, the family, the original founder. He was the man in charge of interning Japanese citizens in the United States during World War II. Sam Walton. And you think Sam Walton started such an entire conglomerate of 5 and dime stores to where it's at now? It's not how it works, man. He only did it because the government was giving them subsidies, and they were doing it saying, "Oh, well, you put your name on it, and we'll run it, and then we can control it." So, yeah, Sam Walton. That's why they call it Walmart. So, yeah. Anyways, tomorrow is my day of freedom, and I'll be back to doing what I do. And the little bitch boys like, "Oh, he's gonna get it dismissed. He may get it." There's no may getting it dismissed, you fucking asshole. When you harass the government, all the fucking time, and then when my lawyer shares what the shit that a jackass Ibra fucking does, they say, "Oh fuck, we stuck our foot in a big pile of shit." And like I told you guys before, it's really just because they were retaliating against me, and they thought that this was their golden opportunity to nail me to the fucking wall. But that's not how it works in my fucking world. Guarantee that's not how it works in my world. So anybody go over there? No? None of you guys are going to go over there? Well, wait, there's only a few of you in here that are supporting me, but the majority, possibly, which is typical, is that you're all a bunch of stalkers. You're bush lurkers. Not all of you, most of you. Until you come in here and you say something, there's 16 of you in chat. Until every one of you come in here and say something, I'm going to presume that you're bush lurkers. That's what I'm going to presume. I have no choice because it's the history. And you can see right in here where I said, "What's up, Big Daddy shill boy? Rage quit from my stream lately? You going to get the Hells Angels to come beat me up?" Yeah. They're all in the background conspiring. All of the Canadian CSIS program participants, and those who are in the United States that are part of the gang stalking program, the Infraguard program, they all, the birds of a feather flock together. You kind of wonder why he's sharing remember when I told you about his name, Cage Reality? Do you think that there's a reason why he's using owls and birds in his looping video here while they're backstage conspiring against all of you people on YouTube that are none the wiser? Look at the hidden message. Birds of a feather flock together. And the owl represents the satanic Moloch. Like what's that place? What's that place where all the little creeps fucking hang together and there's a big owl? I forget the name of it. I don't even care. What's the name of that place where all the creeps hang out together? All the elite, they go and he's not a frauditor. He's a guy who grows dope. He's a Canadian. He grows dope and he's constantly high and drunk and comes onto the internet, and he's in the community known as the Panelverse. And the Panelverse is a bunch of government agents that get together. It's mostly Canadian agents, and they work for the Canadian version of the FBI, and they instigate shit and they cause trouble all over the internet, and they accuse each other of being pogo channels, which is, you know, privately owned government operated. They accuse each other of being pedophiles. They accuse each other of rape. They attack each other. They do all of the despicable shit amongst them. It's like an internet soap opera with a bunch of fucking government agents. It's to soak you in, to get you to come into their community for the ones that are unknowing, so they can attack you and get you in trouble and prosecute you if they can get away with it because of your mean, angry words, where they're trying to destroy free speech. They try to control and modify behaviors, things of that nature. It's a psychological operation community that has many tentacles. And people will say, "You're paranoid schizophrenic if you think that." Really? Well, see this guy right here, Caged Reality? And in this comment right here where I say, "Yeah, what's up, Big Daddy Shill Boy? Rage quit from my stream lately? You gonna get the Hells Angels to come and beat me up?" Well, this guy says that his family's in the Hells Angels and he'll get them to beat you up and blah blah blah. And he's a Canadian. He's always on this other channel called OTW Live, where they all congregate. You know, the birds of a feather, they all flock together in an area. Well, the dude disappeared, probably going to get some more training through the CSIS program that the Canadian government has put together. That's why they put these guys on YouTube. It's a whole group of Canadians in the panel curse. I call it the panel curse. And so the guy disappeared for some of these guys in the panel verse. They'll disappear for like 2-3 weeks at a time. And it's known or it's said to be because they are attending conferences that give the new information and the new training and the new skill sets that they need, and they give them their buzzwords and they give them their script, and oh, you're supposed to fight this person, you're supposed to fight that person, whatever it is that they do in these meetings. I can only imagine. So he disappears for, you know, big chunks of time when he typically streams every day, e-begging people to donate to his channel because he's lazy, he doesn't have a job, and that's what it is. It's like a soap opera. Then he'll invite, you know, the demonic fucking minions of Lucifer on there, and they all, you know, congregate in this fucking weird way. I don't even know how to explain it. But so this Caged Reality guy, think about the name for a second, Police Paparazzi. Caged Reality. Most of these people have subliminal messages in their screen names. And the fact that Caged Reality, it means, to me, it means that the reality is controlled. You see what I'm saying? And then he has a live stream here where it's off YouTube discussion, where it's a bunch of these clowns. Yeah, you go to his channel, you go into his live stream over there, right here, and you'll see that this is his live stream, but he's right here. It tells you off YouTube discussion. Hit the link. When you hit the StreamYard's link, it'll take you backstage where they're all at, and they're all talking, and they're all hanging out, and they're all conspiring, and they're all you know spreading their gossip and their stupid fucking bullshit. I wouldn't know because I got kicked out because I'm being stalked by one of the guys that are in the back. And then he goes, "Oh, I can't be here. That guy, Bad Apple Media, is dangerous." Really, I'm dangerous, right? So point being is that all of the things that they do are subliminal. Owls represent the satanic realm, the occult. And then another message is that they're birds. So birds of a feather flock together. And if you look up owl symbolism, owls are the multi-faced symbols, representing, in some instances, wisdom and intuition and supernatural mystery, often acting as messages of profound transformation, change, or death. Yeah, let me see. There's more. It was just a quick little Google search, but they're occultic. Owls are of the occult, and this is what they are. These are all fucking satanic motherfuckers. So you look at here, Cage Reality 333. This is what they do. They're all occultic motherfuckers. So, getting back to the OTW story, where he took time off from his typical everyday live stream of 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 hours. Whatever, it varies from day to day. And they really don't talk about anything of importance. They only share gossip about the other channels that are in that community. It's like a big soap opera amongst themselves. And so OTW took 9 days off. I had this Caged Reality on my stream, and I could share it with you guys. You know, it's really no big deal. And then he rage quit on me because I was asking him questions about his relationship with the CSIS program that Canada has, which is the government operation. And so he rage quit. And he's butt buddies with the dude who's having me prosecuted here in my area, a YouTuber. So then, after I was given Caged Reality a bunch of shit about who I believe he really is, and calling out other Canadian scumbags that he's associated with that are part of this program, whether, you know, of course it's not, you know, an official program. You got to read between the lines and understand the psychological operations that's going on YouTube. So the next day after Caged Reality rage quit my channel, my stream, the very next day, OTW Live did a live stream after a 9-day hiatus, and his first and only guest for an hour and a half to 2 hours was Caged Reality, and they were subtly mocking me. And then it appeared that OTW was sort of separating himself from Caged Reality. Coincidental, huh? Right. They pretended to be in a little tiff, and it's all, if you watched it, you'd be like, that's so fucking phony, so scripted. So then after that live stream of 9 fucking day hiatus, he disappeared for another fucking week. So he had a 13-day stretch of not doing a daily stream, but he did one stream in the middle with Caged Reality, the guy that rage quit my channel, my stream, after I told him that I believe that him and the rest of the Canadian scumbags were working for the big daddy government in Canada. Find that any value? Do you think I'm kind of over the target with these fucking clowns? What up, Return of Beware Mouse? You guys see where I'm going with that? It's clearly obvious to me. I can see things that most people can't, not because, you know, they can't, just because they don't see the patterns. They don't see through people's bullshit. I can see through people's bullshit when I first meet them. It's not difficult, but some people just can't do that. You know, it is what it is. But when it comes to these losers online, they can't get over on me at all. Same thing with these frauditors. They don't get over on me. I see what they're fucking up to. They're not trying to do anything of any value. They're just doing the clicks, likes, and views. There is and there are and has been. I have a battle with the county I live in, as it is indicated the county hired goons to do a lawsuit. Goons due to a lawsuit. Oh. Do you know anything about gang stalking? Return of Beware Mouse? Do you have any idea what gang stalking is? Do you know who's behind gang stalking? It's an FBI program called InfraGard, and they have relationships with private businesses like NGOs, but which are non-government organizations like churches and treatment centers and things of that nature. You know, there could be, you know, private businesses. It could be, you know, it could be all kinds of private organizations, and then they build some sort of network within their organization who uses, you know, gang members, ex-gang members, people who are in trouble, people who need, you know, this. It could be a variable. It could be all kinds of different shit. So then they get people to join this gang stalking program, and they'll do what they're told to do on behalf of the NGO, who then supplies the information to Big Daddy. It's a network. You know, I can't really explain it right here, and I'm not even going to bother try to explain it. But I've dug into it. I've researched it plenty. There's a lot of you know. Let's say you guys are familiar. I'm sure you've heard it. Who hasn't heard of it? That U.S. soldiers, you know, veterans, I should say, not just soldiers, but veterans of the military who come back from service wherever overseas, you know, dedicated their life to the government for a period of time, and then they come back to the United States after their service, and many of them end up offing themselves. Yeah, I know who Eric Brandt, and he was set up by James Freeman, aka James Allen Springer. So these soldiers, these veterans come back from, you know, foreign lands, and they're traumatized, or they realize that the government duped them and they weren't really fighting for the real lies, the propaganda that they said, you know, oh, we got to overthrow this terrible dictator. And well, a lot of them realize, like, say, Afghanistan for a reason, you know, for an example. Afghanistan wasn't about terrorism, wasn't about stopping ISIS or ISIL or any men in caves. They were over there protecting the poppy fields because the Taliban wouldn't allow the Afghanis to grow poppy, which then poppy is turned into opioids like heroin, Vicodin, Percocet, Narcos, all those drugs that were flooded in this country. So the United States military went over there to assist the farmers and allowed them to grow poppy and kept the Taliban from attacking farmers. So then the farmers would grow it, they'd create, you know, produce the poppy, and then the U.S. military was complicit in turning that shit into opiates. And then the United States, during the entire fucking Afghanistan war, was getting addicted to Vicodins, to fucking street, you know, pharmaceuticals. And then what did they do about 4-5 years before the end of the Afghani war, they cut off all the pharmaceuticals to the highest degree. And then all of the addicts had to turn to street heroin that was loaded with Fenty. And then they started all kicking the bucket from it. And then so these veterans seen and know exactly what was going on over there. And they come back here, and their own military, their own government stalks them. There's so many videos out here of veterans saying that they're being stalked. They can't prove it because it's such a subtle program where they just fuck with you. They fuck with your head. And so if a veteran comes back and he's suffering from PTSD, he's going to the VA, he's having a hard time keeping a job, the VA has to pay his bills, the VA has to do this, the VA has to do that. And at the end of the day, there's a lot of money being put out to take care of veterans after they go over and serve in these foreign wars, as they say. And so what's better for the demonic Luciferian beast system than to get rid of soldiers? Gang stalking has a end goal. The main goal is to get people who are being harassed and gang stalked to become isolated, to become homeless, to become unemployable, to have their friends and family avoid them because they're like, hey, I'm being stalked, man. I'm being gang stalked. Or I don't know what's going on. Just weird stuff. So then these people, these veterans, a good majority of them end up offing themselves. Oh, guess what? Guess who wins? Guess who wins in that situation? Big Daddy. Big Daddy wins because now they don't have to pay any benefits, any VA costs, no psychological shit, no housing, no nothing, no medical, no nothing. So they would rather you off yourself so they don't have to pay the bill anymore. And this is part of the gang stalking program, not just with veterans, but they do it to silence people, to get them to behave differently than they normally do. Kind of like a guy like me who comes on here and I call out the government shills like James Springer and the Canadian OTWs and the Caged Realities and Brian Young from High Impact Flicks and Lackluster and all an Audit to Audit and all of these weirdos that are working for the government online who tag, track, and trace anyone and everyone who opposes what the government's doing. That's why they created the internet. And they didn't create the internet so you could share pictures of your dinner, your vacation with your friends and family. They did it so they could fucking spy on you without you claiming that it's an invasion of your privacy. So guys like me who speak the truth and I expose it, not only do I get shadow banned on social media through Facebook or YouTube or Instagram or whatever it is, they don't kick you off. They just put you at the end of the algorithm so nobody sees your shit. When you post something that has any truth in it, AI knows what you're posting, and it automatically fucking puts you in a don't share it, don't send out no notifications, don't let nobody see it. So you get 0 likes, 0 comments, and you think, well, nobody likes my comments, so fuck you guys. And then it gets you pissed off and you start fucking, doing whatever. But then you share a picture of your dinner and you say something really trivial and meaningless and that has no value about, whatever it is. And then you'll see that you'll get likes, you'll get comments, you'll get views. But if you tell the truth, you're automatically shadow banned, like me. And so you're in a echo chamber, so to speak, where the only people that they allow to see your post or to hear your truth are those that are of the same mind. And you're essentially preaching to the choir, brother. You're not getting any new eyes on the information. Nobody who's asleep or who's unaware of what's going on will see it because they know that they don't want that person to see that information to even spark a little bit of interest in somebody. So they just shadow ban you. Excuse me. And then so a guy like me who speaks the truth, for prime example, I was just saying that I'm in Facebook jail right now for telling a guy to eat a dick. Ooh, I told some guy to eat a dick who told me, "Go fuck yourself, you piece of shit," fucking running his mouth in a paragraph of insults. And my response is, "Eat a dick," and I get put in fucking Facebook jail. Whatever. So it's not because I said eat a dick; it's because it's me. I could have said, "Oh, your mama," and I would have been put in jail for saying your mama. Same thing with YouTube, same thing with Instagram, same thing. This is what it's done. And everybody with their little report buttons, it has built this algorithm to know what's going on out here. Well, I'll hate to tell you, Return of Beware Mouse, that Charlie Kirk was a psychological operation, and the character, Charlie Kirk, is dead. The physical man that was playing him at that time is not. You can say, "Oh, you're nuts. You're crazy." Whatever, man. You believe whatever you all want to believe out there in the internet realm. There were 3 different fucking Charlie Kirks. There was 3 different Charlie Kirks. I don't know who Death Coach is. Turn your camera on. Turn your camera on. All right. Wave. Say hi. Wave. What's
Hey,
up?
Cage wanted me to tell you to. He wants you to go over there.
He's got me blocked.
What the fuck?
He's got me blocked. I went over there, jumped up on his shit, and he fucking blocked me because of the fucking jackass zebra, his little bitch boy. The guy was talking, "Oh, it's dangerous."
All right, I'm gonna go tell him.
Go tell him, come back. Who's this in here? Who's this other person? Who's waving at me? Who's waving? Put a name up. Type in a name on your screen. Who are you? Who are you?
Mouse, can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's your name?
Beware Mouse. I'm returning to Beware Mouse.
All right, what's happening, man? How are you?
Well, I've got a few things in order to fill in for you. I agree 100% with what you're saying, and I think there's quite a bit of dogma mixed in here. There is several different layers of this illicit money that they've been spending. I launched a lawsuit in Larimer County because the ordinance guy was harassing me. And the deputy attorney, what's the right word for it? Reportedly has hired 2 thugs in order to harass me, actually menace me with a gun, you name it. And that was all basically because of that lawsuit I had filed. So there's money there for them in order to just go out and get a couple of locals. Now, here's what's interesting. That was 303 in Liberty Bird. That was on the outskirts of the Eric Brandt crew. And then we also have defend, which is highly questionable in his actions around that. And a lady, it starts with a B, I think it was Bennett or something like that, that actually showed up at the prosecutor's office and was found in the prosecutor's office just before the trial and was giving information to the prosecutor. How I found out about Tyrant Bird and um, 303 was that I had done an interview with Eric Brandt in Fort Collins, and they had attended.
When did you do that interview with him? Before he went to prison, or when he was in prison?
Way before. I've got the videos of it, but that was in front of one of the restaurants here in Fort Collins. It's one of the few videos of Eric Brandt in Fort Collins, and what happened was he was on his way to see me, but when 303 and Bird found out about it, they intercepted him and had him go downtown. Well, the problem was almost immediate, and yeah, we had a couple of yahoos get up and mess with Eric Brandt. When I found out what was going on, I jumped in the car. It was only about a mile away, so I went down there. I got a ticket for disturbing the peace, of course. Eric got...
I don't mean to interrupt you. Well, hold your thought. Is this one of the days that he was arrested outside of the shopping center, or when did this incident occur?
This happened at night in front of a restaurant on Collins Avenue.
Like in 18, 19?
College Avenue.
What time? When did this happen? Like, what was the date, give or take?
Oh, well, the time was around 7 o'clock or so. The date was about 3 years ago. Okay,
so it was right around the time where he was going to court nonstop for this charge, that charge, this, he didn't get the threatening judge charge yet. Right, so it was before that.
It was just before that. Okay. And they brought me in on that trial too. If you remember right, if you listen to that trial, they mentioned a threat from Larimer County. That was reference to me because I had made a video, and the title of the video is "What Would a Judge Be Thinking If They Were Ever Convicted and Had to Go to Jail?" It was completely hypothetical, but the sheriff department called me and really grilled me on that, hoping that I would turn on Eric. And in addition to that, trying to threaten me with the show I had made, but I had put in 3 or 4 different waivers that this is exercise, and if you don't like it, it's a ink blot test. Change your perspective in order to enjoy it. You see what I'm saying?
Right. So, that's what they want to do. They want to modify your behavior.
Oh, absolutely. Now that's blown up. That's gotten huge, but it's not the real reason why I wanted to talk to you, because you're right on about a lot of other things. About 5 or 6 years ago, well, it was more than that. It was almost 10 years ago now. I was part of Ferguson. I was actually at the motels, and I watched an 85 passenger bus pull up. I'm talking about one of the double deckers, new ones. Okay. Right. Up, and these people got out and right in front of my motel. About 30 of them got kicked out of the motel. The only reason why I didn't get kicked out is because I helped the manager with a couple of ODs that happened at the motel, so he didn't kick me out. But they were paying, get this, they were paying $300 to $500 a night for 6 to 8 people to cram into a room.
Okay, so they were agent provocateurs.
I talked to these people. They were from Houston. They were from all over. New York was a lot of them. A lot of them came out of New York, and they all had $500 on them, brand new clothes, brand new backpack in order to be able to do things with. And they had 2 or 3 people at the motel that was handling them. In other words, their tour guide, in order to go out and do all this. And I actually witnessed it firsthand. I almost got kicked out. But the thing of it is, from then on, I realized how this money could be used and how much there had to be in order to bring these people in. Look at the amount of money for all the diesel, all the brand new Walmart clothes, that just before the election, we had convoys going through Mexico that if you gave a letter to the one in front, it would reach fucking, Cuba by that night if everyone just passed it along. It was that tight. Where did all the money for the diesel come from?
Right.
Who paid all the truck drivers? How did they acquire so many trucks? That's too much money, man. That is. There used to be a game back in the.
Hold your thought for a second. We got somebody in the chats trying to smear you right now.
Oh yeah, no, that's one of my trolls. I'm sorry, trolls are like fleas, okay? And unfortunately, I shed a little bit. Yes, I apologize.
Well, no, it's all right. I can see
where people have been reporting. Oh yeah, no. The thing of it is, I've been an activist for the last 30 years or so, more than that, really.
Right.
And I got charged with a sex offense in Illinois about 20 years ago. That fell apart, but I can't get the dang thing through court. There's 3 more court dates in order to go through on that. The arresting officer in one of the charges admitted to actually tampering with all the work. I've got that in a deposition. People know who I am. I'm effective. I was effective in St. Louis, and I definitely have quite a few trolls. And I apologize if they move off on you, but I'm.
No, I'm not. I can see them a mile away because this is what they do. Like I was explaining, that this social media shit here it's all, most of it's choreographed by government agent provocateurs who are working for the government. This is probably something you got off the
Let me tell you about the troll you have here. It's what you watch it. Okay. One of the handle I know him by is what you gonna do, Screw. And let me see, what was the other one?
I realize that there's an entire network of.
I can recognize by the pattern of speech online. I don't need to really look at, but I know this guy. Yeah.
Well, I understand that there's an entire network of assholes that are working for Big Daddy, and they come in and run their fucking mouths and do the shit that they do. I've been around long enough. I've been paying attention to these government shills that work for Big Daddy, and I can smell them a mile away.
Well, I've been around since the 70s, dude. I marched 75 with the Black Panthers and learned a heavy lesson then. Okay, mind you, I was only 14, 15 at the time. They came in to town, and it was a peace march. It wasn't like a lot of what people think. It was like Ferguson, with candles, and then interrupted.
Right. Well, that's what they do. They interject and they hijack, grassroots movement. So I know what they're doing. I'm not in any way, shape, or form buying what you watching his bullshit or her bullshit, whoever. I know what their purpose is. I've been dealing with this shit long enough. So get back to what you're saying.
Speaker. Now, let me bring up Charlie Kirk real quick. Charlie Kirk, I actually have the video. And so far, I'm the only one. Now, there might be a couple others out there, but they're going to be just as stymied as I am. I actually have the bullet in flight. I can show you the video. I can share it with you right now. It has no blood because it's a rear view. And you can clearly see the bullet with the compression wave in the front, the capitation wave behind it, and the silhouette of the bullet itself in the center of the compression wave. There's no doubt about it. I got it in 3 different frames. There's no question. Now here, think about this. If that is true, let me give you another point. It's coming straight down, meaning that it wasn't fired from the balcony either. That means that the drone that I found in other footage, which actually made a great big arc out of there real fast right after the shot.
Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second. What you watching? Shut the fuck up, or you're getting banned. Shut the fuck up. What you watching? Take your fucking pedo shit and kick fucking rocks, motherfucker. You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? The fuck out of here. You're not welcome here. Fucking leave. Or I'll exit you out the fucking door. Go ahead.
Yeah, you go ahead and actually get the whole damn story he's trying to tell. You'll find out
I don't
why
give a
I'm
fuck.
so.
I don't give a fuck about that.
Years ago, and I'm trying to make sure nobody else gets fucked. I've been out here showing that I never fucking hid anything. So that's what they're worried about. I am effective.
Well,
okay.
They probably call you a dangerous man, don't they?
Oh yeah, no. I told you there's a lawsuit right now with Larimer County. It's $22,750,000, and that's lowball.
Well, I get it. Let me.
What I have implicates the county lawyer for paying 303 and Tyrant Bird money to harass me. And they did. They harassed me, menaced me with a gun, threatened my life, drove by my house claiming to have an LMT in the car and a ghillie suit. Okay, well, this is a threat. And right now the people's on.
Well, what I've experienced, what you probably experienced is, similar to a degree. I'm targeted. They know that I'm not afraid of motherfuckers coming and hanging out because they know I'll defend myself and they know it won't fucking go nowhere. They know that I ain't taking nobody's fucking shit. And so they target me by bringing scumbags in to make up false accusations that I said something or I did something. It's a fucking nonstop. Okay. And it started when I jumped on YouTube and started sharing the truth about the corrupt government. And I haven't had a break since. Okay.
Well, so, I got news for you. It's the forever battle, dude. This is a good battle. And the only people that are genuine about it, you can tell. You can tell by the work they do. It's easy.
Right. It's not. I get it. It's not. We're not battling flesh and blood. We're battling the principalities. I get all that. What I'm saying is that with all due respect, when it comes to listen. With all due respect, when it comes to the mainstream shit, like the Charlie Kirk and the files that are running around right now, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? No disrespect. I don't give a fuck because I don't give my loosh to that shit. You know what I mean? There's nothing that I can do about that.
Return of Bearware Mouse if you want to look at it, but you have to slow it down just a little bit. I left it run a little bit fast, so you either have to be really quick in the eye so YouTube doesn't ban it because it clearly shows full impact.
You could show it to me all day, and again, no disrespect, but I don't give a fuck about the mainstream media's bullshit. You know what I mean?
That's why I gotta think about it. If I can show the drone shot that, what is good as our FBI?
They're not.
If I can sit there and find it, and I'm a nobody, and they're experts, how come they didn't find it? Because they don't want to. Take a look how deep.
The FBI is here for you and me. The FBI is here to protect the fucking satanic system.
Take a look how deep this really goes. And that goes all the way to the president today because he was sitting there saying, yep, shot at 180 yards. He wasn't shot at 180 yards.
I get it, but I don't care about that shit. I'm not sure if you understand what I'm saying is that there's nothing that I can do.
People
listen to what I'm saying. Mouse. There's nothing that I can do about the FBI and big daddy government on that level. Only thing that I can do is expose these people that are close enough to me that are exposing themselves in my presence.
Yep.
That's all I can do, and I can fight my own battles in my own little world. That's it. I'm not focused on what they did to Charlie Kirk. I'm not focused on what there's nothing I can do about it. The only thing that I'm going to deal with is what is in my control. I don't participate in the left or the right because it's both the same arms belonging to Lucifer. I don't want anything to do with the government in that regards. I intend to share information with anyone who's interested and how to separate themselves from the beast system and to get back to their God-given natural rights. That's what my focus is. It has nothing to do with the government.
Everything. I just upgraded the priority of your sub. I just made it everything. I've been subbed to you for a while.
Well, I appreciate that, but
you're talking right. You got the right answer. You've in the other shows that I've watched of yours, you've proven yourself multiple times, dude.
Well, I've been around the block many a times. I've seen the corruption firsthand all of my life. You got these guys out here that claim that they're freedom fighters and they're battling, the corrupt system, and they're not. They're the ones that are encouraging. They're part of the corrupt system. You got a guy out here named Chili DeCastro. You hear him? Listen, hold on. You hear of the guy named Chili DeCastro lately? I'm sure you probably heard. Everybody thinks that he's a freedom fighter and that he's doing positive things to stand up for our First Amendment right. No, the guy is part of the system, the program that's been built to actually destroy it. We're living in a police state. You cannot have a police state with free speech. So they need to remove free speech. They can't just turn free speech off. They got to have a bunch of agent provocateurs like Chili DeCastro and the rest of these fucking clowns with their First Amendment right bullshit running around pepper spraying people outside of businesses and fucking sucker punching people and the bullshit.
It's a circular job. It's a circular job. If you remember in California, we had a crew with a Hemming crew, okay? And they sent Salty Rant to the border and then called in a bomb threat with Salty Rant wearing a vest. Okay, that was an initiation of Salty Rant into their group, literally. And guess who comes to rescue? Hemming comes to rescue with a lawsuit afterwards. This here's a loop. They deliberately have made this. In Texas, we had the deal with C.J. Grissom, and the lady comes out and says, well, that's what we have insurance for, so we can do anything we want. You remember that? Oh, no, I've been around.
I know who C.J. Grisham is, and I know all of the First Amendment auditors. I know, I know the people in the prison genre. I know all of these communities, and every fucking one of them are a bunch of phony fake motherfuckers.
He was protecting the First Amendment overseas. Well, the First Amendment doesn't, operate overseas. He is literally military intelligence, and how he got out into this field is he was walking alone on a desert road and a cop comes by with him with a shoulder holster rifle on his shoulder. His son was with him with a gun, and the cop just fucks with him, forgetting to mess with his son at all because his son had a gun too, and beats him on the hood. It was complete. It was a complete.
Who are you referring to?
I'm talking about CJ. You go back and look when he first started any of this, okay? One of the first videos is him walking on a gravel road. I mean, not even a house in view of the camera. And a cop comes up and he stops him, throws him against the hood, disarms him, and it's called, a cop disarms vet. Okay.
Right, so what was the purpose of this encounter? What caused it, and who recorded it, and how did it get out there?
How it caused it is a question. Why did the cop turn his back on his son that was also armed when he sat there and was roughing up his dad?
It seems like it could possibly have been a staged event.
Possibly.
Like many of these encounters that are out here.
Military intelligence. And he's moving into the auditing field.
You mentioned earlier Eric Brandt. Do you know who I believe radicalized Eric Brandt?
Defend had a habit. Eric Brandt was brought into that habit. 303 and Bird also shared that habit. That's what happened to them coming and seeing me in Fort Collins. They were told, hey, come on over, man, I got some. And then they went out and did some shit. Okay, what happened was they kept them on that as a group, as a dependency. And they encouraged more and more until he was actually threatening judges.
He didn't threaten the judge.
It wasn't a threat. I mean, if it's a threat, then they just admitted that the spaghetti monster is a real god and everything.
Eric Brand is a fucking fool.
Monster.
He should have never accepted that fucking plea bargain. He should have got a civil fucking rights defending attorney.
They wouldn't have the absolute legal proof that there is a god. Its name is the spaghetti monster. They wouldn't have proof. That's what they had to prove in order to sit there and find him guilty.
Well, what I'm saying
is the spaghetti monster, that these bad things would happen to these people that he felt that it was deserving to. He prayed to the spaghetti. I followed the entire thing, dude.
I've been paying attention to these fucking auditors since before in the middle of 2019, and what's been going on, from what I've seen, is a bunch of government fucking agents doing the dumb shit that they do.
Well, state of Colorado versus Brandt proves that there is a God. Imagine that. It's supposed to be impossible to do in a court of law.
Well, the point is that Eric Brand is sitting in prison right now for a few more years.
He's going to get out in December. Possibly by July this year, but by December for sure.
Well,
found that out yesterday, by the way.
When somebody was texting me, but yeah, I got enough experience with this to question a lot of people involved, and my focus is on those that I am very familiar with, and I can see through their bullshit. One of them being James Springer, aka James Freeman. Audit to Audit, Lackluster, High Impact Flicks, Chili Fucktard de Castro, and a whole bunch of them. And every time that I've encountered these people online or YouTube or wherever it is, they're sketch as fuck, and they expose themselves for being the phonies that they are.
They're deliberately confrontational. I have a really good, with the street population of police in Fort Collins and Larimer County. I have one of the best relationships I've had anywhere, and that's truth. But that's only on the street. When you start climbing up, into the higher ranks, the shit starts flying.
Well, my question to these people on a consistent basis,
people actually carrying a badge.
My question to these people, my question to these people on a consistent basis is, what's their fucking purpose? What are they doing? They could take all of their channels, all of their clout, all of their subscribers, and they could start making an effort to change things if they really wanted to, say, attack qualified immunity, not just on the state level, but on the federal level. They could do it. They could, go through legislatures. They could they could do all kinds of things, but they're not. They're all individual in their own little echo chamber, in their compartmentalized boxes, and they're all doing their own little thing, which is basically,
comment.
They're all pushing and pulling each other for fucking credibility.
Chat here, it says True North conspiracy. North is a Masonic reference.
It's True North conspiracy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what I'm saying is, North is a Masonic reference for the unenlightened. If you didn't know it, there's only one thing that could be positive about what he's saying, and that's that it also means a hidden agenda or something unrevealed to anybody. But mostly it's used when North is mentioned. It means that it's the uninitiated that are doing it. And to be honest with you, I think that's probably true. I think
he's referring to a YouTube channel.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
True North Transparency is a YouTube channel that I just met the other day when I went to a court hearing.
Pretty cool.
for another YouTuber who pepper sprayed a man outside of a business.
I'm sorry. I've been I've been a little bit off lately because of all the bullshit I've had to go through, but I
get
have
it.
overworked mind.
Well, it happens, but what I've been doing is for the last 3 years, and I'm off and on because I got a life. I have to work. I got bills to pay. I don't have the ability. I'm shadow banned. If I had 100 subscribers that were giving me fucking $5 a month, whatever it was, if I could work less. If I had 200 subscribers, I don't count on people to donate to me. I have a full-time job. I actually work 2 jobs. I take care of my bills. I take care of myself. I'm trying to juggle two civil suits, one in federal court, one in state court. Been trying to deal with being maliciously prosecuted by other YouTubers. I've had the FBI called on me. I've been interviewed by the FBI. I've had fucking all kinds of shit going on in my life.
Oh, by the way, would you like to know the best defense against the FBI?
What?
Would you like to know the best defense? Because I've had to deal with them too. Shuts them down fast. Would you like to know? And also Homeland Security. It works with anything that's federal, including ICE. If that's, well, it's a little bit hot with ICE in order to get away with it. But nonetheless, what you do is you ask them what their charter is. Their charter is Title 18. Title 18 meaning 241, 242, 245, 246.
Yeah, I get all that, right.
Right. 1001, 1505, and 1512. 1505 and 1512 is my press credentials. They cannot arrest me. And my answer to them is I will stop filming as soon as you stop making the news. A little bit of verbal judo there for you.
I get it, but I'm not. I personally, I'm not out recording law enforcement. I'm not out recording. It's not my thing.
I don't audit. I don't audit. I'm a regular news reporter. I date back to the late 80s. In the late 80s, I had a press pass, which is a photographer's press pass, not a writer's press pass, which is a huge difference, but it's actually a press pass from the Chicago Tribune. Okay, just like Spider-Man. I never got paid for anything. The reporter I was working with did. And that happened to be my father. So, I've been around for quite a while. I've never went anywhere. I took a hiatus for a while because I had children and I went in the Army and stuff. But I've always been the activist I am. And, yeah.
Well, I'm going to hold that thought for a second. I'm going to do something here.
I kind of lost where I was going with that, but you understand what I mean.
Yeah, I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I'm going to click this StreamYard link here to see if I'm not sure how it might echo. I don't know what it'll do.
All right, I don't know if I'm still in or not. I think, yeah, it shows me I'm still in.
All right, I shut it off. It won't work. So I was just over there in that StreamYard link, just seeing what was. They unblocked me. Somebody came up. I don't know if you see him before.
Yeah, man. You can daisy chain StreamYards as many times as you like.
That's I know, but my audio, it'll probably echo and whatnot. I'd have to plug in my headphones, and not that I can't do that.
Well,
but
I have, don't ask how I did it, but I have a 15-inch right underneath my microphone, faced to the other direction of the room, and it's let me see, 250 watts, and I'm not feeding back. I mean, I could just touch one of my things, I'll start feeding back. But
I got rudimentary equipment. I'm not. I'm not a professional. I'm just a guy with a fucking camera. You know what I mean?
Right. But something you could add, and it works with StreamYards, is called XSplit, and it's absolutely free. It gives you a front end, and you can do things like this. You can have like different videos playing. You can narrate them. You can cue them, stop them, reverse them, go to different scenes. This here is the just a second. This is the Charlie Kirk video I told you about. It's loaded into it. I can just switch from one to the other. It doesn't show no blood. Don't worry. I'm not going to spam you that way. Or I can go over here to a different presentation. You see how I can change the presentations? Isn't that neat?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the right screen here for you.
Well, I was just showing you so you can see, the different things I can do here.
There you go. How's that?
Yeah, that's the video from Charlie Kirk. I have that queued inside XSplit. So I don't have to pull it up like in VLC and then try to capture it. I can just drop it in XSplit. It's easier to use than OBS. OBS will do a lot more, but it's a lighter weight, and you can run more than one OBS. But XSplit you can only run one of. What I do is I run XSplit and OBS. I broadcast with OBS, and I do all my screen capture and everything like that with XSplit. Works out perfect.
Right. Yeah,
that way I don't.
I'm a little started. I'm not familiar with all of the ways to or software, the OBS.
OBS will separate.
I know
OBS will separate different streams. You can run on the same computer. Right now, I've got 6 streams running. 5 of them are all different than this one. They're all different. But I can broadcast to you, I can talk to you, and it doesn't bleed into the other things with the audio or anything.
Yeah, that's maybe one day you can show me how to do it. You can explain it to me and whatnot. But right now, I'm very
no. It's pretty, hey, it's XSplit. That's all I'm suggesting. I don't expect you to start up 6 different channels.
No, I'm just saying to show me, OBS with how this works with that and that. I'm the most OBS streamer that there is out here. I don't even edit my videos.
You won't need OBS. You can use StreamYards in order to broadcast, and then XSplit will plug into StreamYards.
I believe you. It's just the patience that I have anymore. What I've been through for the last 7 years.
It's
discouraged me from being, completely involved in this because I see what this place is, this YouTube space.
You should have seen me when Windows 11 or 10 came out. Transition between, oh my God. Yeah, no, the transition was very reckless for me. I had no idea what it was.
What I'm saying is that there's really, the idea that I'm going to get anywhere with this YouTube shit, I'm messing up a fucking rope. You know what I'm saying? So there's really no point in me trying to, will it help me? Will it, help me grow to get an audience that'll listen? I don't know. When you've seen it with your own eyes, when a busload of people fucking pull out and they become, agent provocateurs for the government.
I was there. I was there when it happened. I was right there at the
bus. I get it, but they're not only in the fucking buses. They're over here in the chat boxes. The same motherfuckers are in this chat box. They're the subscribers to all of these fucktard channels out here. I got a friend of mine. I'll tell you a little story. You tell me what you think. A friend of mine working for a company that does background checks, a private business that does all kinds of work for the government, for their courts, and to have hundreds of people, thousands of people, and who knows how many people it was over like a 3-month period or more, coming in every day, a nonstop steady stream of people just getting background checks, all ages, all no rhyme or no reason, just people of all shapes, sizes, and colors, and ages, and you name it, just to get background checks. And then all of a sudden, it stopped instantaneously. And I was told by this person what had happened, and that they were working their ass off and didn't have time to use the bathroom, eat a sandwich, or even smoke a cigarette, right? And now reflecting back, knowing that information, and this was 5 years ago, and now knowing what I know, putting the puzzle pieces together, and I see a place like the Panelverse, where it's a community of people that are really fucking weird, who seem to be in lockstep with each other, won't let anybody else have any say. They're continuously attacking the outsider and whatnot. So I've come to the conclusion, the realization that 2 + 2 = 4, that these people that were conducting or getting these background checks were possibly getting, approval of the government so they could be these agent provocateurs, whether it's getting off of a bus to start shit somewhere in a city, or to be here online to start shit with people.
There's a level of that too. That's a lot of the bus loads that I got, especially the handlers. They were already on a protected list. The handlers, definitely.
You think that these people online that are out here doing this shit, I could tell you a guy. I could tell you a particular guy named Outlaw Morgan that I know for a fact is a government fucking plant who was working for the government to keep his ass out of jail after his brother married his sister-in-law, who happens to be Islamic. His American-born Christian, God-fearing brother converted to Islam, started a community center, ended up becoming radicalized, attempted to join ISIL over in Syria, and migrated from the U.S. through Turkey, trying to get into the fighting category. And he failed. He came back to the U.S. Men in suits waited for him at JFK, swooped him up. He's currently serving a 20-year fucking sentence for sedition. And his brother, the guy that was trying to become a fighter for ISIL, he was a county sheriff's deputy who prior to that was running cocaine from Chicago to Carolina, got caught, went to prison, served a very short prison term, which tells me that he was a snitch. And then after all this said and done, this other YouTuber, Outlaw Morgan, was allowed to be on Facebook for I don't know how long, but he was hardcore Trump in the 2015 or the 16 election cycle, where leading up to it in 2015, he was hardcore Trump, big time. And Facebook allowed him to remain on the platform and gained over 800,000 followers, when myself, if I said anything against Hillary Clinton, I'd get fucking put in Facebook jail immediately.
Yeah.
So this guy tells the story that I watch him tell this story on a late night Facebook stream, and I remembered the story, and I started thinking about it, and I put 2 and 2 together, and I started telling him that you're a fucking government plant, bitch. You're a snitch. You're working for Big Daddy to tag, track, and trace people who oppose the New World Order.
Well, no, and for anything that they want, they hired 303 and Tyrant Bird. According to Tyrant Bird, that's the funny thing. Tyrant Bird is actually the one that said that they hired him, and then he comes out, "Oh no, I'm this." But I also have a video of him accepting money from Aguilera to go online and accuse somebody of raping an infant, not a child, an infant, and apparently he earned that $100 too.
Well, there's a lot of
just a county internal fight. They paid for that with Aguilera county funny money.
There's a lot of people out here that will sell their soul to protect themselves from being held accountable for their own actions through the government. I went to prison in 2002 because somebody that I know that I grew up with that was a friend of mine from childhood, or my teenage years, I should say, ratted me out, set me up, and had me prosecuted to save his own fucking ass. And when I came on YouTube 20 years later, give or take, to talk about my experiences, I instantaneously got a target on my fucking head because my situation was total and complete corruption. During that process, and still to this day, I can prove that the tri-county areas here in Michigan, and Wayne County, Oakland County, and Macomb County, are guilty of violating RICO laws, racketeering.
Oh yeah,
I can prove it all day long. Do you or anybody think that the Department of Justice is going to do anything about it? Absolutely not, because this is part of building the police state. They're not going to stop themselves from building the police state. Every now and again, they may throw, one of their rogue actors under the bus, but as a whole, they couldn't do it. They couldn't put an end to racketeering in one county in Michigan, let alone 3, because that would create a domino effect in all of the other states and the counties that are doing, because it's not just in 1, 2, or 3 counties in this state, it's in every county.
Oh, every county, yeah.
No,
To the legislation.
The state of Michigan itself. Listen,
legislation to allow that money pass to be created. Yeah.
The state of Michigan, on its own initiative, through lobbying by the counties and the individuals who were running these conviction integrity units in the counties, they pushed the state to pass a law here in Michigan called the Clean Slate Law, where they took all of these people that were wrongfully convicted and maliciously prosecuted over a period of time back in the 90s, where 1 million people were convicted felons over bullshit. And so all these people were raising stinks about their bogus prosecutions. And so they literally passed a law to protect themselves from civil liability. That's RICO fucking violations. It's that simple. And people don't understand that that's exactly what they're doing. They think, oh, well, they just passed a law and they wiped my record out and now I can go get a job. Well, then most people are happy with that. Then they won't sue. Because in the state of Michigan, if you were wrongfully convicted and you can prove that, then the law says that they owe you $50,000 a year for each year that you were incarcerated.
Illinois doesn't even have a mechanism for it.
Well, they can't stop this. They can't right their own wrongs throughout the entire country because the entire judicial system, the beast system.
You know what they did here in Colorado? And they've done this in order to avoid jurisdiction and authority. First of all, if you have a Supreme Court decision, that is passed down to the state police in order to enforce. Well, in Colorado, they renamed the state police to forest rangers, meaning they don't have state police, meaning that the authority is regulated back down to the very people that it's supposed to affect, and that's the sheriff. In order to oversee the sheriff, there's no oversight. So when the Supreme Court made the decision of 0404, which goes back to Eric Brandt, I tracked the chain of command. It immediately disappears. There is no chain of command in order to enforce. There's no enforcement. Now, it can be done by Colorado Bureau of Investigation, but the only way in order to have that done is for a official in order to turn it in to the Colorado investigation, and that has to go through the prosecuting attorney's office for the discretion of the prosecuting attorney, meaning nothing is right. And even if it was reported, there's no enforcement.
They're not going to self-govern themselves.
That's exactly what they did. It's a dead end. It's a dead end in remedy. Okay, and either they attack it prior to court, or they attack it for the effect after court. And that means that it just stays the same thing, dude. Like I said, I've been involved in this shit for since I was 14, and I've been in and out of it. We took down a drug dealer that was part of the Dalton Police Department years and years ago in the 80s. Okay. And what they were doing is they were hauling it from Hammond, Indiana. There was a pawn shop over there that they would take a delivery at, and then they'd have people come by in cars in order to pick up smaller packages. And these smaller packages, a lot of them were going to Dalton. Well, it turned out that these packages were going to the Dalton Police Department. And the police officers literally out of their car was selling it. And we got that on tape in the 80s. Okay.
Well, I don't doubt it. And,
No,
you've been kicking their ass and taking names. And that.
My father had done it. I was just along for the ride. My father had done it.
Well, the fact that you've been involved in this for so many years, and over all these years, nothing has ever. They're still doing it. The status quo is still happening. They're not. Nobody who's been held accountable to the point where they've changed their entire fucking MO, and it's gone.
The difference between now, we can see the path of legislation they made in order to do it. One of the things that they did when Hillary Clinton was on the tarmac with the FBI, do you know what she actually told them in order to stop and leave her alone? Did you ever hear that?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Pull a dollar bill out. Take a look at it. Is everything inside of a box?
The four corners rule.
No. It's literally notary. It's a notary rule. Okay? Anything in a box is not part of the document. Dude, you're passing around blank pieces of paper. Now, what makes this messed up is the fact that I did look into it a little bit, and it is not a currency. It is a note, a bank note.
Promissory note.
To a private institution, making it so it does not fall within those criteria for international currency. And that's as far as I got. So there's a gray area where they can produce it. I mean, that would mean that Fort Collins Bank can make their own currency too, based on the capital of that
currency. You can make your own currency. I can make my own currency. It's a negotiable.
That's what a token of the arcade game is. It's currency. Exactly.
Listen, and then this is where I've changed my entire view on this system that is never going to change. It's never going to get back to what it's supposed to be. It's a corporation. It's going to remain the same, and that's why I've subscribed to my intent is to not be a part of the beast system, and I'm going to make it my mission to live as a sovereign man outside of the United States corporation, which is merely on paper. The United States of America is a piece of paper.
You might confuse this. You may confuse what I'm about to tell you with sovereign citizenship. It is not.
There's no such thing as sovereign citizens. I don't play that.
No, it's an oxymoron. But unfortunately, this has been described as a sovereign citizen thing. It is not. It is written within the passport laws, the immigration laws, and the laws that contain your actual legal status. Have you ever heard of a Chinese national or a Mexican national on the news?
Well, if you're a Michigander, if you're an Ohioan, if you're a Californian, then you're no longer a federal U.S. citizen. You're a national.
Okay, so you are familiar with your allegiance.
I know all about it, dude. I know all about it.
All right. By the way, are you familiar with Roger Sales?
I've heard of him.
I actually run sound for him on part of the network I run.
Right.
I have his personal phone number.
There's a lot of people out here, that are some would describe as gurus, and I've listened to almost all of them out there, and
Have you
not one of
found
them.
Kirk's Corner?
What?
Have you found Kirk's Corner?
No. I'm at the point now where I'm done listening to gurus or people with all of the answers or the how tos.
It's not all the answers. The problem is each one of them has an answer, but they're all different.
Well, that's the problem. Is that one guru will tell you everything that they tell you, and 60% of it might be accurate and 40% is bullshit. Another guru will tell you, what they tell you, and 40% of their shit might be true and 60 is bullshit, and it goes on and on and on. So what to take that information, you have to use your discernment, and you have to understand that some of it's garbage and some of it's true. And after over 40 years of me studying this, I've come to the conclusion and the realization that I know how I'm going to do it, and I know what I'm going to do when I make that move. But currently, I'm kind of in a situation where I'm holding off for particular reasons. But once I pull the trigger, so to speak, I'm going to correct my status, and I will be a national, and I will be sovereign. I'm not going to have I'm not going to pay taxes on my property. I'm not going to have a driver's license. I'm not going to
have taxes.
I'm not going to play the government fucking corporate game. What?
You still have state and local taxes, and in some cases,
you can get out of those as well.
Income back from the federal government. You can get 3 years of your income tax back from the federal government in retro.
Well,
I'm not exactly sure how that works. I do know there's quite a few people that have gotten their 3 years back, but I mean that's been going on for a while. They may have closed that.
I've come to the realization that to remain off of the radar is you don't fuck with their fake money.
Can I correct motivation here a little bit? I've taken a little bit different of a viewpoint. The only reason why this stuff is getting away with is because people don't realize it in general. You increase the general awareness of all these things, it will decrease the effect of those. That's the problem. And the general awareness is being attacked so badly with misinformation, these paid trolls, and that's 90% of the power of this, because nobody's watching cable anymore. Not unless you got 5 kids and you're doing the laundry.
I agree with you, and that's the reason why these videos are nonstop out here, where some idiot gets pulled over and he wants to play I don't need a driver's license. And this is where I have an issue with First Amendment fucking channels. Listen. Yeah. This is where I have a problem with First Amendment channels, and a big majority of them, because they'll share information with their audience and tell them that you don't need a driver's license. It's your right to travel. Well, that's true. But at the same time, they don't clarify exactly how the process unfolds and how you achieve that particular ability. And then in practice, it has a lot to do with knowledge. It has a lot to do with language, the legalese, the jurisdiction factor. And if you don't teach these people and share that information with them, they're either doing what they're doing out here because they're trying to discredit the sovereign, the sovereign community.
No, actually, I think that's different.
Retarded motherfuckers that don't do any research.
They don't teach civics anymore. They hardly teach anymore. You got somebody, is there anybody that's supposed to be sitting at the back of the bus? They will have no idea what you're talking about.
Not even about civics.
Klan Act. They don't, and they haven't even been taught the history of it, even though it's still mandated. Now,
they teach that the United States became
everybody out there. They think the Constitution gives them the rights. It isn't. The Constitution is the limitations of the government. It is prohibitions of the government. Are you telling me now that violating this law, that you have actually performed a prohibited act? And actually use that terminology. As soon as we use that terminology, this game is over.
Do you understand that the true sovereign, once I correct my status and I'm an actual sovereign, and I have regained and taken back my natural God-given rights, Do you know what I'm going to do with any idea or any reference to the Constitution? I'm going to wipe my ass with it because it's meaningless. God gave me the right. The Constitution.
Nobody follows. Wait a minute. The Constitution does not grant you any rights.
Here. Let me speak, please.
A prohibition.
Let me speak, please.
Government activity. You see, as long as we keep describing these things invertly, we're going to have this problem. An auditor is not an auditor. They're not there in order to balance the checkbooks. I'm here as a compliance check to see if your fire extinguisher, is the fire extinguisher up to date? Let's see the expiration date on your fire extinguisher inspection at the police station. That is a compliance check. You're not in there just walking in, causing trouble and expecting nothing in return.
Listen, Mouse. Listen to me.
It's completely different.
Hey, listen. You understand what I'm saying? That the Constitution is meaningless when you're a sovereign?
Yes and no, but the problem is if it can do anything.
Listen to me. When God created man and gave you the inherent right to exist on his land, there's no Constitution. The Constitution, according to,
you're talking about.
Let me finish. Please don't interrupt me.
Let's get that much straight.
Please let me speak.
Go ahead.
The Constitution, according to people like Chile de Castro, gives you the rights. The Constitution currently, let me speak. Currently, the Constitution gives you no rights. The Constitution is the Bill of Rights, and you have privileges and protections as 14th Amendment citizens. When you agree to being a United States citizen, you are subject to privileges and protections. The only time that you have rights is when, after the fact that you get beat down, you get charged with a crime, they violate your civil rights according to the status quo. The only time that you have civil rights is when a federal judge acknowledges the fact that you have them. On the state, the municipal, county, city, you don't have rights. You have privileges and protections. The only time that you have God-given natural rights is when you take them back.
Protection against what?
Protections against foreign invaders. Protections against
protections against your government. That's the Constitution. Your rights are described in the Bill of Rights. Can we please not talk over each other? It's a bill. It can never. It was never. It was never graduated to a full law.
I know it was never ratified. I know. I understand what the Constitution is, and again, it's garbage in my eyes. It's nothing more than activity.
That's all it is. It's a prohibition. That is what you have the protection for. That's the right of the protection of the Constitution, because they cannot come and arrest you in your house for no reason.
Well, yes, they can.
That is
the time. They do it all the time, and you have to fight them in court to fucking prove that they violated.
Nobody knows. They think that it's not a prohibition. Just like yourself, and that's what I'm trying to explain. If you're describing it as a right, you have none. They have prohibitions. When you work for the government, you do not have rights. And I would love to catch a cop in front of me ever say that the government or he has a right. He doesn't. He has prohibitions as described in the Constitution, meaning he cannot do whatever he bloody well wants. He has given up those rights. The things that I could do with my rights is much higher of a level than what he can do with his prohibitions. I can walk up to somebody and punch him square in the mouth. They insulted me. I have a lot of different things, but he is bound by the Constitution and the policies that are supposed to be constitutional policies. And then I have another question I ask. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. You mean there's a policy you can't record in this courthouse? Well, tell me, who has the authority to bypass the prohibition of government? They can't answer that question. This is where we're getting in trouble. This is the reason why there's so many of our children that think that their rights are given by the Constitution. They use this language, and they have lost the meaning of it, meaning that we don't have them. There's nobody that knows about what the heck we're talking about. We're talking about Dumb and Dumberville, or that movie. What was it? Where everyone was stupid and there was a wrestler for a president.
Idiocracy.
Yeah. We're literally talking about idiocracy because these people have never heard of using water on a plant before. And that's where we are at now. They stopped teaching civics class. And I love it when I have a judge that's over 45 because I can talk to him. And if I can't talk to him, then what he's doing is showing on the bench he does not have a high school diploma. It was a mandate back then that you have that education. And now you're a judge. I don't care how much college you're going to have. The only thing it's supposed to do is add to your high school education, not contradict it. And I literally used, would you like to hear where I actually used, I expect more out of this court with having a college education? I literally said this in court just recently. Would you like to hear it?
No, we're going to probably have to pick this up.
It doesn't violate anything. It violates my high school civics class. This cannot proceed. And that was, I was running for the door. I will admit that. And the judge, well, it was a magistrate. No, it was a judge. The judge sat there and says, do I have to call the deputy? And I no, I'm out of here. I said my piece. But I literally told the judge, I expect more out of a college-educated person than a high school diploma. You have to recognize a high school diploma.
When you're in the court system, those are not the actual courts that citizens of this land should be dealing with. Those are administrative courts for corporate entities. They're
yes and no.
hearing facilities. They're not courts. You're supposed to have a federal court.
It's actually described in the national with the corporations and stuff. And how that goes is you are a person. Well, a person is now a
did you know that in the Black's Law Dictionary that there's 1,000 descriptions of you, but none of them say that you're a man?
That's correct.
You're a legal entity.
In the Bible, it's the only reference legally.
You're a legal entity. You're a corporation. You're the talking dead. And the only way that you become man is to ditch the federal citizenship status. That's the only way. I've been studying this for 40 years.
It's true.
Legalese is their weapon that they use against us.
Some more.
And most people do not speak. We cannot talk at the same time. Legalese is the language that most people have no clue as to what it is. They do not understand it. They do not speak legalese. I'm not fluent in legalese, but I'm well versed in legalese. And this is the biggest problem in this country is not have to do with civics being taught, because they didn't teach you in civics that this country, this land of the free and home of the brave, has been perverted and converted into a corporation in 1871. They don't tell you about the Emancipation Proclamation, where they think that, the slaves, the black, poor black slaves have been raised up to the level of the rest of the country. No, the rest of the country was raised to the level of the slaves.
Equal rights. Everyone was lowered to their level rather than them raised.
Right. So, having said that, it's getting late, and I got to get up in the morning and go to court, and we're gonna have to pick the conversation at another time.
I feel sorry for you.
And
break them.
It's a done deal. I'm not sweating what I'm dealing with. So, but this is just another day in my life. So
another day in paradise, dude. Another day at forever battle.
Well,
congratulations. Being on the right side. That's all I've got to say.
We'll have to pick this conversation up on another day.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you coming up, and come on back up anytime, brother.
Like I said, I've got it marked for all now. So I did have personalized or just regular subscribe all now. So
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. So
you got
I'll be periodically off and on. You'll get the notice.
some of the
Maybe.
subjects. Some of them I might be a little bit more fresh with, but you're right on, dude.
Well, we'll talk another time. Appreciate you, Mouse. Have a good night.
You too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if I should go over and have a conversation over here and or try to have a quick conversation with these idiots over here in Cage Reality, or not. I really at this point, I don't feel like being aggravated by a bunch of fucking nitwits. I go over there and he fucking blocks me. What kind of bullshit is that? You know what I'm saying? Fucking block me from having anything, saying anything. It tells me that you're hiding something. You're going to block people while you're online and then invite them back up and say, oh, come on back. Send somebody over to tell me to come up on their shit. I think that's pretty sketch. I don't need no good sleep. I'll be good. I get 5 hours of sleep a night. I'm good. I take a nap. I took a nap earlier. But I'm gonna give it a shot, just for shits and giggles. Let's see what I can get crack-a-lacking over here. Give me a second. I gotta prepare for this. I'll probably regret it, but let me try it. Let's see. Let me pull it up. What's up, man? Shit. No, I heard you wanted me to come back up here after you blocked me. Oh, so you didn't want me to come up here? None. I'm doing peachy. Yep. Where's your boy? Who? He's probably on an email trying to get me in trouble with the government. Well, you support a fucking government snitch. You kind of are involved in it. Well, no, none of you guys want to know what's going on, but you're going to find out after tomorrow when I start sharing it all. You see, you ran away like a bitch, don't you? No, I don't mean to interrupt you, young lady. Of course, he ran away like a bitch. He was probably watching me on my channel. Oh, it's everywhere. It's every day. What do you mean when it's gone? It's gone. It's gone. It's never gone. You must not be familiar with the panel verse. Come on. For real. Well, because they don't want the truth. Everybody is afraid of the truth. They call the truth drama. And then the real drama is the garbage that you all participate in.
Just get normal things done. Like I don't know. I don't really take this shit that seriously. Like most people think.
Well, what is it that you don't take seriously?
Like I like separating my like this is online and like I don't want to bring this shit into real life. Like what the fuck isn't this?
Oh, you mean like me being prosecuted by somebody you support constantly that brought it into my real life?
I don't know what happened. What happened?
Have you ever asked him? Did you hear him describe me as a dangerous man the last time when you booted me?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't hear that? It went in one.
I don't pay attention to any. I don't pay attention to this bullshit.
You don't pay attention to his bullshit, but you let him up on your fucking streams constantly. This guy's on every fucking buddy stream all over the internet, but you don't want to listen to his bullshit. I don't understand that, Cage.
What happened? I don't even know what
The
happened.
dude has been stalking me for 3 fucking years. Stalking me for 3 fucking years. Calling me, harassing me. And
here's the deal. We're not live. We're not live, Bad Apple Media. This is a private Zoom call.
Sherlock. No shit, Sherlock.
This is
no
not,
shit, Sherlock.
So
no shit, Sherlock.
What are you
Why don't you go away? You don't want the drama. Get the fuck out of here. I'm talking to Cage, dumb bitch. Hey, you dumb bitch. I'm talking to Cage. I'm talking to Cage, you dumb bitch. Get the fuck out of here.
Hanging out here before you came in and made it about you, you fucking little freak. If you're not a dangerous man, go be a non-dangerous man somewhere else. You fucking loser. Chris, long time no see.
Fuck you, you cunt. Suck my dick, bitch.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
Dream on, Canadian whore. Dream on. You Canadian whore.
All right, buddy.
Listen to this guy. Listen to this guy, Kate.
Listen to this guy. That's exactly what I thought. Exactly what I thought. There you go. You got it. You got a piece of it. You seen exactly what I had to deal with, right? There you go. Nobody wants to hear the truth about their little fucking snafu snaps. You're going to find out after I do the fucking series called the Snafu Tales. You see how that works, you guys? You here watching me right now, Snafu? You bitch-ass motherfucker? You're going to call the prosecutor in the morning and tell him that I'm talking about you? Oh my God, I did cuss. Oh my God, I cussed. Nah, I'm done taking the fucking high ground. You don't know what's going on either. I've been dealing with that motherfucker for years, fucking with me. Fucking losers out here on Facebook. He is part of the fucking gang stalking program. Yeah, I could have taken the high ground. Right. Right. So anyways, you see how that works? You see how that works? Yeah. I'm dealing with shit in real life. I'm dealing with shit in real life. I take offense to what these fucking retards online do. Yeah, I got to run too. I just wanted to give it a shot. Yeah, well, they hunt me down with fucking guns in a grocery store. They just might get it fucking filled with lead. And then now that I said that, they'll go, he's making threats. He's threatening people all over the place. No, I'm saying that I will defend myself. They like to take a little grain of sand and turn it into a fucking mountain. This is what they do. It's a collective of agent provocateurs that associate with each other. They're in a group where no matter what you do and no matter what you say, if you're not an agent provocateur and you're not part of the gang stalking program, you will be attacked. Nobody will want to hear anything that one of their agents, one of their pals has said or done to you. This is another fucking pattern. It's not difficult to see this pattern. And when you try to bring this shit into real life as an agent provocateur and you fuck with a guy like me, it doesn't turn out too well for you. It doesn't turn out too well for you. And it's only just fucking begun. I don't know what the high road is. There is no high road. I'm on a different fucking path now. You can goddamn well guarantee that motherfuckers are going to regret fucking with me. Oh, there he is, threatening us again. Fucking losers. And like I said, somebody's going to end up in cuffs. Watch. And it ain't fucking me. I'm dangerous to their fucking lies. I'm dangerous to their fucking, their network. That's where I'm dangerous. They don't like the fact that I know who they are. I know what they're about. They're not fooling me any. When I'm sitting here and there's 16 people watching, who do you think half of them are? It's them watching me, clipping anything and everything that I say that could be remotely fucking considered to be a threat. And then they call the fucking police. They're stomping out fucking emails to the prosecutor's office, sending letters to the fucking judge. Because they're a bunch of fucking traitors who actually work for the fucking demon himself. And they don't like the fact that they can't chase me away. They can't shut me up. They know that I'm going to expose them. They can't gain any ground on YouTube. I'm not sweating that. I'm not going to gain any ground on YouTube. I already know that. This is something I've been dealing with for 6 fucking years. Yeah. I'm not fucking stupid. I know who's behind the shit. I know what's going on. I shared an email with Becca fucking, what's her name? Broom. Becca Broom, who's a government agent in the CSIS program in Canada. And she tagged a bunch of these fucking idiots in it. And then her response to this mistaken, she sent an email to somebody that it shouldn't have been sent to. And the response to this email is, oh, that's a joke. No, nobody in their right fucking mind would, especially when nobody was talking about the shit until I showed up on the fucking scene. So when that email was sent, it was before they even knew who the fuck I was in the Panelverse. And in the email, talking about all their little plans. You know, it's a short little email, but you can pretty much read exactly what the fuck they're up to. And then once it's exposed and I shared it, oh, that was a fake email. It was just a joke. Anybody in their right fucking mind would never put an email together, create a fake email to make it look like they were working with the government, and then say, when they're caught, go, oh, that was just a joke. That's not a real email. Yeah, right. They never have solutions. There's never any solutions. There's never any value to their existence. They do nothing but gossip, gossip, and gossip. And then when you bring the truth, you get some cunt that says, this is a private conversation. She left the conversation. You are making it about you. Really? I'm making it about me? No, I'm just stating facts. And that's the psychological operation that these guys are trained to do, is that they distract and they deflect and they manipulate. I'll give them credit, is that they could probably get away with this bullshit with somebody who isn't intelligent enough to see their shit. But they'll never get away with it with me, because I can see exactly who and what they really are. And they don't know how to act. They don't know how to behave when I show up on scene. That's why they backstage me. It's not because I cussed. It's not because I do anything. It's because I'm dangerous to their narrative. I'm dangerous to their agenda. I'm dangerous to their gang stalking program. Nobody is going to fake an email to incriminate themselves in something that they're not a part of just to trick somebody. That is a fucking bunch of shit that somebody thinks that they're going to fucking play that game. Fucking playing no games with me. Fuck you, Caged Reality. You and your owl video, your birds of a feather. Hidden message, right? You're subliminal. You're not even smart enough to know that that's a subliminal. Or maybe you did it on purpose. But you birds of a feather flock together in a secret meeting behind the scenes. Caged Reality. Perfect name for somebody who's pretending to be somebody, and they're controlled. Caged Reality. Perfect subliminal name. His reality is caged. What happens to somebody in a cage? They're controlled. That's all they do is gaslight. Their gaslighting bullshit doesn't work on me. Yes, the email was definitely a real fucking email. And that's what they would call damage control when they're trying to say, it was just a fake email. It was not real. You guys fell for it. Is that what your handlers at the CSIS told you to say? Just tell them it was a joke, that it was you just making up a fake email, and they'll believe that. Yeah. Becca Broom, aka Bex with 2 X's, you transgender freak. Yeah, the word alone, discord. The word alone, discord, to sow discontent. They're all part of it. Everybody in the panel curse is part of it. There may be very few people that aren't part of it. If somebody was, if I was a black man and I was not in some gang stalking program or part of some network that's designed to do this shit, and somebody was calling me the N-bomb and advocating for hang me until I was dead, that's pretty much a federal hate crime. Why wouldn't a black man want to bring that up to the attention of law enforcement? Even just report it to the FBI. Well, no. You can't report your own fellow fucking gang stalker. It's no different than a motorcycle club, which, Cage Reality, you should probably understand the inner workings of a motorcycle gang, since your family members are part of the Hells Angels, right? So when there's a motorcycle gang and there's 100 members, let's just toss out some numbers here. There's 100 members of this motorcycle club, and the president is retiring, or maybe he was sent to prison, or he just whatever, and they need a new president or vice president because everybody's going to work up. Because if you need a president, then the vice president is going to try to be the president. The sergeant at arms is going to try to be the president. The treasurer is going to try to be the president. Everybody wants to be the president when the positions open up in the motorcycle club. Kind of like the panel verse. Everybody's a part of the panel verse. There's thousands of members in the panel verse, but they only appear to fight with each other. But at the end of the day, they're clicking their beer bottles and they're singing songs together. Kumbaya, motherfucker. Same thing in the motorcycle club. They hang out together. They ride. They have each other's backs. They don't let nobody talk shit about their brother, that their patched in brother. And then when, Rebel Boy wants to be the fucking president after fucking Iron John fucking, is stepping down or whatever, then the treasurer and the sergeant of arms and the vice president, they're all vying for that covenant spot of being the president. And they all start talking shit about each other amongst the 100 club brothers. And then they'll say whatever they feel they need to say to persuade their other club members that they need that position. And it's nothing but a big old stab each other in the back fest for as long as it takes until the voting takes place. And then once the voting takes place and the position is filled, whether the treasurer got the position or the sergeant of arms or the vice president is now the president. After the election and after the positions are filled, they stop stabbing each other in the back and they're buddies again. It's no different in the panelverse. It's no different. They all stab each other in the back. They all talk shit about each other. They all cuss each other. They all threaten to kill each other. They all threaten to beat each other up. And then you threaten to kill one guy, and then he donates money to the guy that threatened to kill him. And then it just goes on and on and on. It's in complete insanity. It's because it's all choreographed. It's a network of fucking people that are on the same page, that are for the same agenda, and their goal is the same. Whatever that fucking goal is, I don't know, but it's clear and evident. The patterns, you idiots, give yourselves away. You idiots, I tell you this consistently, that you fucking retards in the panel curse, you need to go back to your handlers and tell them that your training and your protocols just aren't enough for me. Like this bad apple media motherfucker, he just won't accept the fact that we're not, he's onto us. We gotta come up with some other skill sets to stop him. He won't leave us alone. Just block him. Just backstage him anytime he comes on. Just backstage him. And don't go to his channel. Don't you dare go to his channel because then, you can't backstage him over there. Just tell him that nobody cares. Call him a faggot. Tell him he's gay. Don't address that he's calling you a shill and a government operative. Just ignore it. Pretend that it doesn't exist and downplay everything. Tell him that you really don't pay attention to it. Even though he sees you in every fucking stream and you're associating with all of these people constantly, just tell him that you really don't pay attention to it and that you're minding your own business and you're doing laundry and making ribs. Yeah, just tell him that. That'll really distract him from what he already knows and sees. That's how you do it. Your psychological operations are a fucking joke. They don't work on me. I see through all of you motherfuckers. No, they're not there for the shits and giggles. They're there to modify people's behaviors. You know how many times that I've had these weirdos who run around and attack each other and they're just despicable human beings tell me that you just need to learn how to control your emotions. So what they're saying is that I need to modify my behavior. That's what that means. Am I wrong? Telling me that I need to learn how to control my emotions? You might as well say, you need to modify your behavior, bad apple media. That's what they need to say. Just get to the point. Don't beat around the bush, panel curse. Just don't beat around the fucking the panel verse. The bush. Don't hide in the bushes, panel verse. Just come out and say that we're here to control you. We're here to try to mentally manipulate you into behaving differently. If you want to be a part of our panel verse, you better learn how to speak properly when you come onto our chats and our panels. I don't give a fuck about any of you motherfuckers. I think you're all a bunch of scumbag traitors who fucking deceive anybody out here that you can get away with deceiving, but it doesn't work for me. It doesn't work on me. You'll never deceive me. I have the ability to see who you people really the fuck are. And it's not just in the panelverse. It's in the First Amendment community. It's in the prison genre. It's in the Second Amendment community. It's in the truther community. And it's in the fucking panel curse. That's 5 genres that I have personally have dealt with for the last, I don't know how many years. And it's the same shit in every one of these fucking genres. And surprisingly enough, these genres all have something to do with the government, Big Daddy. I've exposed the InfraGard fucking shit. I've talked about it. I can prove it to the best of my ability without actually having any white papers or documentation talking about it. It's clear as the nose is on your fucking face that you assholes are a part of some fucking program, not only in Canada, not only in the United States, but in Europe and in fucking Asia, everywhere. Because Lucifer is the fucking asshole that runs this physical reality. And all of you are part of it. Because there's always some sketch shit behind all you fuckers that are part of this. You fucking assholes aren't fooling me none. I'm going to bed right now. I'll get all the sleep that I need. Yeah. Gee, why are they called 81? H is 8, no, the 8th letter, and 1 is the first letter. So anyways, you losers in the panel curse, you're going to see exactly what the fuck happens to one of your fucking members. I'm going to take that motherfucker all the way. Am I threatening people again? Yeah, I'm threatening you with fucking court action, motherfucker. Oh, you want to know what he said when I went into Cage Reality and he was back there running his fucking mouth? Oh, he just may get it dismissed. No, there's no may. Why aren't you here? Why aren't you here in Michigan, motherfucker? Well, I'll tell you why. Because they refused to pay for you to come here. Not because, well, there's only one reason why they refused to get you to come here and told you got to pay for it on your own. Because they didn't want to lose the case. Because then it would solidify my ability to kick their ass in civil court. This way, they can put all the blame on you. You think you know? I know how the system works. I've been around the block enough to understand exactly why they do what they fucking do. I should subpoena your bitch ass and make you fucking come here. Fucking asshole. The The snafu tails are going to be fucking amazing. It's going to be an easy one tonight, Lynette. Peace out, everybody. Stay tuned for an update tomorrow early afternoon.
Cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains. I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things. Gonna make a fucking name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame. No, I'm not that vain. I just wanna be greatness. 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 Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent, and it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots, if I miss, oh, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. Bad energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic. Ain't no motherfucker